Hello everyone, welcome to STEM with Chantel.
Hello, my name is David Karam. I'm the Director Emeritus of Waterfront Park. We're standing actually right in the middle of the park right now, and we're by the Big Four Bridge. And one of the wonderful things about the Big Four Bridge is that when we started this park, we knew that this bridge obviously existed because it's been here for quite a while, but it had no access whatsoever. Over the years, the ramps to the Big Four Bridge had been completely removed. And so when we hired a design firm to do the master plan for the park, they were excited about the concept of turning the Big Four Bridge into a pedestrian connection between Louisville and Jeffersonville, Indiana. So it became an important piece of what was going to ultimately be the park. And as we went around and talked about the park, it became one of the most celebrated pieces in the sense people wanted it. They all wanted to be up here on the bridge and get an opportunity to walk across the bridge. One of our challenges, obviously, was to come up with a design to reconnect the bridge to the landform because, as I said, there were no ramps. And so we ended up making a wonderful relationship with the state of Kentucky by saying to the folks in the transportation cabinet in Frankfort, you're building and working with Indiana on a new downtown bridge, and part of the design of the new downtown bridge had a pedestrian pathway on it, but that was going to add a very, very large amount of money to the cost of the new bridge, probably $50-60 million. And so we went to them and said, at the transportation cabinet in Frankfort, and said, if you all will give us $12.5 million, we can create the ramps up to this bridge and make it accessible to both Indiana and Kentucky, and long before even the downtown bridge would be finished. And so the transportation cabinet and the governor all were very supportive of that. Some facts on it, from one ramp to the other ramp, and the bridge itself, it's a mile back and forth each way, so it's a 2-mile experience if you want to walk across both all the way over to Indiana and back. People from all over the country walk on this bridge. It's really become an icon of the park. In fact, it's kind of fun. If you tune into any kind of news on the various TV stations and stuff, this bridge has become really the backdrop for an awful lot of events in the city, and it's it's become a visual connection for the city. So we're excited about it. Very popular piece, enjoyed by literally 1 million visitors a year, and now probably the most iconic piece of Waterfront Park.
My name is Clinton Deckard. I'm president of Construction Solutions and the original construction manager of the Big Four Ramp and Bridge. We're standing right now at the top of the entryway to the Big Four Bridge, which we call, we're at the top plinth. We're about 55 feet off the ground. The width is driven by at the time was the turning radius for a fire truck to be able to come up here, service the bridge, and then turn back around. So the ramp starts at grade. It is ADA accessible. It's about a 4.88% incline, 1,200 feet long. The original construction was we were planning on putting the ramp on a mound of dirt, probably about 50 feet wide or so, and then the walkway would be at grade. We found out during the study that the weight of the structure itself would shove the river road up about 7 feet, which is the road that services the park. So we had to come up with a different plan. The plan actually turned out to be in Waterfront's favor, where we actually constructed 3 series of bridges in an ellipse and then set a platform. And the bridges themselves sit on 6 columns at an incline that form an ellipse, which is unique in itself that it turns back within a tight space. So what you're looking at now behind me is the bridge structure itself. The original bridge structure was built back in 1898, and It actually collapsed 2 years after it was opened. And the reason why it collapsed, it was never designed for steam engines. And the steam engines were a lot heavier as it changed the technology. The steam engines were a lot heavier than the original design of the bridge for diesel locomotives. So what they had to do, they built this bridge inside of another bridge and then dismantled the bridge on the outside. So that's why this bridge is a lot higher and a lot skinnier than most railroad bridges that you see. So originally we took out 38,000 square feet of railroad ties, went back, fixed a lot of steel stringers and beams and diaphragms, and then coated those and then put a precast concrete decking on top with an overlay. During the inspection, we actually inspected all the rivets going across the bridge, all the steel from, top to bottom. During our inspection, we found out that we had to replace about 6,800 rivets themselves with high-strength bolts.
So bridge lighting came about after we completed the bridge, construction of the bridge. After doing a lot of research, we found that a lot of bridges, historical pedestrian bridges throughout the United States, LED lighting and the invention of LED lighting and the expense of LED lighting and the efficiency of it, everybody's lighting their bridges. So we thought, wouldn't this be cool to light our bridge? The bridge is half a mile long. We did a private fundraising, so it was 100% paid for by private donations. It was a $2.5 million project. It has about 550 light fixtures on it. Each of the fixtures has its own IP address, so you can individually code a program into each individual light, so you can turn them an array of different colors. You can have them all sequenced to blue, green, multiple colors, waves of color. We've even had people do a birth reveal to where it went pink, blue, pink, blue, pink, blue, and then boom, the whole bridge turned pink. We use that as a fundraiser for $1,000, which seems like a lot of money, but people will spend $1,000 to do either the birth reveal or maybe celebration of life or winning of a football game or something, but it's a good fundraiser for us. $1,000 we can program the bridge to whatever color you prefer. We maintain the entire bridge itself, everything about the bridge, construction of the bridge, operations of the bridge, lighting of the bridge all runs through Waterfront Park and our staff, so we do all the programming and maintenance of that as well. One thing that's notable that we didn't talk about is at the base of this bridge, there's a pedestrian counter. This pedestrian counter in the peak months, summer months, we're getting anywhere between 70 to 100,000 people a month go on that bridge. It's hard to differentiate between coming and going. Some people pass through and go to Indiana. Some people go over and back. So it's hard to really get an exact count on if it's the same person passing once or twice. But it's a pretty good guess that there's a minimum of 50,000 plus that cross that bridge every single day in the summer months. It gives you an idea of the volume of people using it.
Thanks for watching. If you would like to see more STEM with Chantel videos, check out this playlist. If you want to know when JCPL puts out more content, click the subscribe button and the notification bell.